All right, we're live at the moment on gun channels. Waiting for, and YouTube just caught us up. There we go. Welcome, live from the crossroads of America to Rick's Life as I See It, a talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. We'll answer questions from the audience. Just put them in the chat or email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. As I said, we are broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube. Also, I have a Patreon page if anybody's interested. Also have on spreadshirt.com. You go to Rick's Life as I See It. I got T-shirts, travel mugs, and all that kind of stuff in there. Just type in Rick's Life or Spotted Rick, and my stuff should come up. Also, if you in the future, if you can't make the show, the audio file is on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitchers, normally within 24 hours of the show ending. Well, there we go. Let's have a look who's joined us. We've got Midnight Range, first today in the chat. We got Gun Loving Grandpa Stanley, Patrick. That's on YouTube at the moment. Then we got Tony and Sean on gun channels. Oh, we got, what's that, the Mech? Vanessa Kitty joined us. And in the panel, everybody's shown up now. We've got, let me introduce them. We've got the blind shooter. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Rick. Thanks for having me. Can't stay long, but figured I'd jump in and say hey.
That's fine. Just you can leave anytime you need to, you know. Then we got David, the Kingpin Bowling.
I need to quit my job. I work too much. Thanks for having me, Rick.
No problem. And if he's still here, because his icon's not showing, Patriot in the Dark.
I am here. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Then the next one is Tony. How you doing, Tony?
Well, it depends on how much racket I got to deal with this stupid mutt.
And, of course, we got the Wheelchair Warrior. How you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
All right. You're doing good. Oh, the snob's wife has joined us. That's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Don't forget, as my hat says, today is the second of the month, so every second matters. So if you went out today, I hope you're doing your stuff for the second. You know, if you're allowed to carry open, that's what a lot of people do on the second. The one day of the month they might carry open is this day. And, if you can't, you can always wear a hat with a badge on it, like I used to in Rhode Island. So, but now I'm here in Indiana. So, the paperwork's done. I'm just waiting for the old next check to come in this week. Then I'm going to pay for my Indiana carry permit. Then I'm going to be able to, because you can carry open with an Indiana concealed carry permit. So I plan on getting one, and at the moment it's $125, and that's for life. So that's what I'm going to do.
That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, John Brown Productions has joined us. I do. Also, what I was going to say is my first topic of the day. As I'm trying to say, how did I word it in my thing? Can you believe the White House? What I meant by that was that statement that the White House put out that if those anti-gun, that the universal background checks and other bills happen to make it through the Senate and land on his desk, he will veto them. That is what the White House put out. But maybe the first year after he was elected, I would have gone, great, no problem. But after he told the Justice Department to change the rules to ban bump stocks, and on national TV, he came out and said, confiscate the guns and due process later, I can't guarantee 100% that he wouldn't sign them.
Well, now, where's the NRA stand on this? Because so far the gun stuff he's done has been right lockstep with the NRA.
So that's what you think, Tony, that if the NRA got in his ear, he's going to follow what they tell him? Or what
I
they say?
believe so. I mean, the connection with him and the NRA is a big part of how he won the presidency.
True. I think they had a big hand in it. I will say that. But I just don't, I don't have 100% faith in him anymore. I guess is what it comes down to.
You also got to remember that was just a suggestion. The White House had mentioned it to him and said that's what they're going to suggest to him to do. It wasn't anything he said. I don't believe he came out and said he was going to veto it. I think the White House just said that they suggested that he veto it if it passes or something. But it's definitely, I think Squibb, which I never quote Squibb, but he had mentioned something about if the NRA wants to get back on good ground, they would go and whisper in his ear and make sure that they try to block all this stuff, and then come out about being against it, so that it kind of lets people kind of trust them a little bit more. Yeah, it'd be kind of good on their part, and it would obviously be good on our part not to have any of that stuff go through.
Well, if he really wants 2020, he's going to have to appease his pro-2A base, period.
And what do you think, Wheelchair?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of like you. I at this point on 2A things, I don't really trust him. But I think what Patriot and Tony and them said is correct as far as if the NRA says block it, he'll block it. He's going to do what the NRA says because he thinks that that's his bread and butter for getting reelected.
Now, I know officially they've sent out, the ILA or whatever, sent out an email, so that you can write, the same kind of form letter stuff that the GOA and FPC put out that, speak out against HR 8, during that process and stuff. But that doesn't mean that's their actual stance, I guess. But you would hope it is. But
they're sure talking against it.
It seemed that, if you read their emails, which, they always send emails, but.
Yeah.
I just got one of them follow-up contact your politicians letters this morning from the NRA.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't received one of those yet, but sometimes I've been deleting them. I've been getting so many NRA emails, especially from our buddy Wayne, trying to get me to re-up my membership. I just been deleting them more. I wouldn't be surprised they're all going into my spam folder now. So which is a great loss.
You need to look, because that's one part of getting them to stand behind us is putting them letters.
Yeah, well, I normally do those, but I'll look to see if that's where it went, because I didn't receive that one this morning. Anyway, the one person we haven't asked yet on the panel is David the Kingpin Bowling. What's your opinion, David?
Well, I think Donald Trump banned the bump stock because the bump stock probably needed to be banned, according to the people. I don't think so, but it was a scary item. And a scary item like the bump stock is an easy, quick fix. Get rid of it. This background check thing is a whole other story. Do I think Donald Trump is pro-Second Amendment? No. Do I think Donald Trump is going to screw us over? It's very possible. Do I trust the NRA? Never have, never will, and I'm not a member and I never will be. And you can save your emails. I don't care if you like the NRA or not. I can like who I want and I can dislike who I want. I'm tired of people telling me to, don't say bad things about the NRA. They're the biggest guy on the block. I don't care about that, so you don't need to tell me that anymore.
Hell, I'm a member of the NRA.
Senate,
I still bitch about it.
yeah, the Senate, I don't trust them. I think that they will pass the bill. I don't know if it'll pass exactly the same bill that came out of the House, but I think they will pass it. I'm not very optimistic today, I would have to say.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's what I'm worried about. Is the Senate might tweak it a little bit, send it back to the House, and say this is what we're accept. And if they're take it, then it goes in front of the president. Then that is where that's where it comes down to: is he going to sign it or isn't he? And I got a feeling he will.
Rick, want to put $10 on it?
Do what?
I'll bet you $10 it don't get out of the Senate.
You bet $10 it won't get out of the Senate.
Yeah.
I'll take that bet.
There you go. You got to take her there, Tony.
And I hope I'm sending you $10. I really do.
Yeah. Okay. So, Blind Shooter, you're back. So, what? Did you got an opinion on it? Did you hear what I actually asked or talked about?
No, I apologize. I had to step away.
Okay. I was saying that I don't trust the White House put out a press statement saying that they're suggesting to the president that if these two bills make it through the Senate to his desk, he's going to veto them, on the universal background check stuff. Was it H.R. 8 and H.R. 112? Or is that the number of it?
1,112.
Yeah. And that's what the White House is saying, right? And where I was saying is, a year into his presidency, I was 100% behind him and believed him. But after the bump stock fiasco, and him on national TV saying take the guns and do the court later, I don't trust our president anymore when it comes to 2A stuff. That was the thing, and I was asking what your people's opinion was of it. So what's yours?
Part of me still holds out hope that the commander-in-chief will actually take our side, but I'm not going to bet money on it. Like you said, with the whole bump stock shit, we thought he was going to take our side, but he didn't. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually holds up to his word and won't sign it, or is he going to cave into Democrats and the turncoats that are in the Senate and side with them? Yes.
That's what it all comes down to. But now Tony's saying that the NRA's told him, they're against those two bills, so he would veto them if they make it to his desk.
No, I didn't say the NRA told him anything. I just said he walked them off. That's what the NRA taught him. So
yeah, but what they say and what they tell him are probably doesn't mean they match.
Yeah. I don't know. From what I can figure out, the consensus here is we don't trust him as much as we used to. If we trusted him at all.
I never really trusted Trump because he wasn't my choice, except for the fact that he wasn't Hillary.
Yeah.
That's where we got to understand that the 2016 election was not about electing Trump. It was about electing us. We elected ourselves, and Trump just happens to be the guy standing there. That's the thing that we got to keep remembering is how many people do you talk to that says, I can't stand Donald Trump, but I voted for him because X, Y, and Z. Well, there's your third-party candidate. There's our chance that we can use this guy in office to our advantage to say, now we are in office. And we are going to set these things, and if you want to take these things from us, you're going to have to fight us for them. But relying on any politician, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Santa Claus, is absolutely foolish because every one of them hate all of our guts with a passion. There's not one politician that's in Washington, D.C. that gives a crap about you. And if you can point one out to me, that'd be great. But I can't find one. This is about us. We take control and we stand up and we say no more. If you want it, you come and take it from me. And that means my speech, that means my guns, that means my personal property. whatever you want from me, you're going to have to come and take it. I'm not bowing down to the government anymore. And if you want to force these things on me, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to use force.
And see, that's a good thing, but at the end of the day, how many of us are willing to stand and fight, and how many people are just sitting at home in their mom's basement eating cheese doodles and jerking off to porn? I mean,
That's what I'm saying. If you start realizing that you're the president, not Donald Trump, that you're the one that's making the decisions, then people will start getting a little bit more fired up. But you're 100% right. Most people are just going to sit back and watch because it's no big deal, and we're crazy, and you know, we're going off the rocker, and we need our tinfoil hats and all the other kind of stuff that people say when something comes up. And then when the bills pass and our rights are taken away and infringements are put on us, and we go back and say, well, what about this? Then what do they say? Well, don't worry, you'll see, we'll see.
Well, that's the other thing, though. I mean, in a whole, the United States, I don't see this as a big, issue as front of everyone out there. I mean, there are a lot of gun owners, and the portion of the gun owners that actually pay attention, whatever. But as the scheme of things, with him sitting in the Oval Office, this probably doesn't barely do a blip on his screen compared to 50 other things. As far as any politician, I mean, you got the ones that are gung ho to get rid of everything, but in the normal people out there that are brain dead and just follow the lead of everyone else, how many of them actually are aware of any of this stuff going on?
Here's another thing too. Now, you take what Pelosi said about the national emergency on gun violence. By God, we better be figuring out to get off our asses and keep Democrats out of office, or we're going to be in a worse situation than we are now. And right now, Trump's our guy.
Yeah. But I understand what Patriot's saying. In the big scheme of things, 2A is not the top of the list on everybody's priorities like it is with most of us. It might be 4th or 5th on their priority. So,
and that's what it like. Sorry to interrupt, Rick, but I mean, that's what the issue lies with. I mean, everyone they hear guns, they think, okay, you're the crazy guy that thinks the government's out to get them. They're not seeing the single mom of 2 kids or the girl that was raped in college and she just wants to carry a gun to protect herself. We need more stories like that being publicized, and then we'll start getting more people on our side.
Yes, but unfortunately, why the mass media is leaning one way, the good stuff like that ain't going to get out there. Unfortunately.
And that should be criminal, to be honest with you.
But see, that's what today is for, is not only just sitting here talking to all the guys that we always talk to online, is to go out and actually talk to somebody that's not online. Because I know a lot of people that they couldn't tell you how to, dial a number, let alone, go to a site and listen and email and all that other stuff. So there's the possibility that you have to get out there and actually talk to people.
Well, that's also
because half the stuff here that we talk about, you don't see it in the newspapers, you don't see it anywhere, and so how are they going to figure that out unless we step up and?
Yeah, the only thing you see in the national press is Michigan City doing a buyback on guns,
but
pictures on Facebook and everything else.
How many were ardently opposed to the net neutrality thing?
What was that?
I'm opposed to net neutrality.
Opposed to net neutrality.
How many people do we think? I don't know.
I am. What do you think? That's what they're basically needing to do in the media today. Is
there's very. I mean, even supposedly Fox News, who's meant to be, conservative, I have my doubts about that too. No, it's the way this country in the last 30, 40 years, the country has been leaning this way. And now it's all coming out. This is the way they've been going. This is the way we've indoctrinated our kids in school. And, I mean, those kids, I mean, what I'm saying is it's 2 or 3 generations now of this mindset. And I don't know how it's going to, I'm not saying it's, I don't know how we're going to get it back.
Well,
I know I'm trying to be positive for Patriot here, but I'm finding it hard today.
I'll tell you how we get it back is to take people who've never shot a gun to the frickin' range.
I mean, you can kind of look at this attack.
Go ahead. You got it, Patriot.
I was just going to say this constant attack that they've been putting on for 20, 30 years, whatever. I mean, if you look at, I mean, I brought it up before about smoking, you know, how it used to be you could have smoke machines everywhere where you could just, you know, your vending machines, all that kind of stuff. And it's been pushed and, you know, pushed into kids' heads that it's bad. I mean, obviously smoking is a little different, but, you know, right now you can't go to a bar and smoke, you know, I mean, there's handfuls of them you can. I mean, back when I was, you know, first of age and that, I mean, that's all we ever did. You know, and they push you out of the buildings and you know, and they keep pushing it that it's horrible and it's bad and it's bad and it's bad. That's the same thing they're doing with the firearms. I mean, it is different and it's, you know, might be a little easier than cigarettes because I'm sure there's a lot more people that smoke than care about firearms. I could be wrong. I don't know numbers.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
But it's that same type of attack where, you know, it's bad. You know, smoking is bad.
But it comes down to it. If smoking's so damn bad, why haven't they banned it?
Too much money.
There you go. That's why they're not going to ban guns until they have a way to.
And, I mean, I think we talked about this once before, the tobacco companies, I mean, it might be hard for them to advertise and sell cigarettes over here in the United States now, but the rest of I mean, in some places in Europe, but you got the Far East, you know, and all them countries, I mean, they're full bore. I mean, they're making a fortune out there.
And, you know, tobacco companies did some insidious shit, too, like upping nicotine content artificially to make things more addictive. I mean, there's culpability on Big Tobacco's part.
I wasn't really trying to get into a tobacco debate, but I'm just saying the villain, or what do you call it, villainization of it. It's you know, where you can't do this, you can't do this. Oh, it's you know, going towards kids, you know, because you got a camel talking and stuff.
You can't smoke in bars now.
You can't have that chick with her legs exposed carrying the little tray with smokes around with funny hats anymore. You know. Yeah.
I mean, even when it came to work, I don't know about down this way, but in Rhode Island, it got to the point where you couldn't even, you know, you had to smoke outside. You couldn't smoke inside the building. Then it came, you had to be at least 50 feet away from the building to smoke. You know, I mean, next they'd be saying, well, you can only smoke in your car in the parking lot on the other side, you know?
My boss tried to make the shop smoke free because the office in Partridge was, and I said, you make shop smoke free and I'm gone.
Well, I understand where Patriot was going.
And there's places you can't even smoke on the sidewalk. I mean, I know, like Toronto, I know that's a different country, but yeah, they've got it where you can't, if you're not in a designated spot with, you know, whatever filters and all that kind of nonsense. I mean, I'm sure there's places here. I mean, you go to, you know, LA, there's probably places where you can't, you know. Anyways, but the point was just, you know, that they're focusing on it, that, you know, if you demonize it enough, you know, you're going to get a good swath of people that will be like, well, hey, that's just bad. I'm not going to do it. You know?
That's why I say take somebody who's never shot one to the range, man.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's the
you're right there. I mean, now, I haven't tried it here yet in Indiana, but I tried it a couple of times in Rhode Island. You know, I said, well, come to the shooting range with me, you know. And, oh, man, asking them to go to the shooting range was like I shot them. You know what I'm saying? It scared the shit out of them, just me asking them.
I've got a tricky way of doing it. I just call somebody and say, hey, I need a driver for the day, and I just take them to the range, and you're there for so long they might as well shoot. So I've trick your drivers. You got to pick them good though, because you don't want them to leave you stranded somewhere.
And
Now-
when you take
see, the hard thing is now,
just take 22s, man. Don't hand them a 500 Magnum.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. Oh. What were you saying?
yeah, see, the hard thing is,
Go on.
oh, go. Oh no, I was going to say, like, the hard thing is, like, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit I preach bring a new person to the range any chance you can. But with all these red flag laws coming out and so many gun, it's harder for us because at what point do we run the risk of saying, hey, Johnny, you want to come to, and like, well, wait a second, to guns? I don't make that red flag report and get your ass in trouble. And then to touch on the whole go after guns, but they won't go after tobacco. They'll go after guns because there's nothing really stopping them. They won't ever touch tobacco. What does tobacco cause? Cancer. What is cancer to the government? They're not going to ban what they make money off of. They're not making money off guns.
They're making money off of guns by the taxation of sales of guns and all of the people that work in the gun industry. That's significant amount of money.
Comparing that to the tobacco industry, the gun industry is infinitesimal compared to the tobacco industry as far as the taxes. You're talking, every convenience store, every store that sells cigarettes does a booming business. And so, I mean, the taxes there are through the roof. Gun sales are good for the most part, but they're not, you got people going in buying cartons once or twice a week of cigarettes. You don't have people going in buying guns once or twice a month in most cases. I mean, you might have some people that's got tons of money, but most of us guys are poor. We do good to save up and buy one a year.
But
now,
what politician is going to want to flush that tax money? Even if it's not as much as cigarettes, it's still a significant amount of money.
Well, they make a lot more money, it seems like right now, on banning stuff and then getting you into the court system and screwing you, because that's what they're after right now. I mean, any left-leaning politician is going to jump on the bandwagon on this whole banning guns thing. I mean, if you look at the majority of college campuses, they're not only anti-gun, they're anti-free speech, pro-socialist, anti-capitalist, and, they're still in college right now, and they don't really know what they're talking about. But most of them are still old enough to vote.
I would add that at least half of the Republicans are the same way, though.
I agree.
So when anytime that gets thrown up as far as left and stuff, I think most of them are the same way. I know that even here in Michigan we had that nice little Republican that switch hit and go over to that side, but then again, that's the way they are. I don't think they're actually changing their mind on any of this stuff. So.
We had a Republican governor who was no friend of the Second Amendment here. And now we've got a Democrat that's worse. So Illinois is in trouble.
They all protect each other. Nancy Pelosi will protect Paul Ryan to the end of the earth. Paul Ryan will protect Joe Biden to the end of the earth. Look at they got the slush fund to pay off the people that they sexually harass. And nobody wants to give up the names of the people that are making these payments. Well, why is that? If we had some decent Republicans out there, they'd snitch out the Democrats.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, go on.
I wish Trump would get that list because it'd be on Twitter tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it would be. But real quick, before we can get it back on track to a certain degree, Rhode Island had a two-gun thing going on in their state house. Was it Thursday? And of course it's Democratic run house. So the minority leader, who which I think there's only about a handful of Republicans in the thing there. Let me bring it up here. What it say? Oh yeah, the House minority leader asked the director of Rhode Island Management and Budget. So what you're saying, because of the harm to society from firearms, it necessitates additional taxation on firearms because of the harm to society. And their answer is yes, it does warrant it. That's the kind of people we're dealing with.
That goes back to the cigarette issue. Why do they not want to ban cigarettes? They do want to ban cigarettes, but they can't ban cigarettes because of the backlash. But what they can do is make cigarettes cost $35 a pack.
Yes.
Not that they cost, but I'm just being hyperbolic now. And sorry, I was yelling earlier. I was in a room with a whole bunch of noise, so I apologize to everybody if I was too loud.
But going back to that, like in Rhode Island, cigarettes. I don't know how much they are in Connecticut now, Vanessa. But in Rhode Island, they were up to $10 a pack. And I would say 70-80% of that was taxes. So. But anyway, back to my next item on my thing here. It's basically the same line of what we're talking about now. Is what I put out was, as the thing here, like we're very negative today. On gun channels or the gun industry on the internet, are we actually a help or hindrance to the gun movement? Well, where I'm going with it, there is a couple of channels. We have all this nitpicking fighting, some big channels hitting on other big channels, saying they're the poison, they need to get them out of here and everything. I can't see how that's helping us any.
No, it's not. Now, there's people out there that do stupid stuff that's a hindrance to the gun community, but, I don't have a problem with most people just doing videos and whatnot, as long as they're not handing this girlfriend a 500 Magnum for the first time trying a gun. I've seen several of those videos, and the guys are laughing when the chick whacks herself in the freaking forehead, and I want to just shoot them bastards.
Are those channels really huge, though? Compared to the big ones that, do stuff and they don't, voice opinions and stuff. I know that's a lot of that's going on right now. But you gotta look, though. You can be positive because Oklahoma is a constitutional carry.
Yes,
and you got Kentucky nipping at their heels.
Absolutely.
Hopefully,
I think Arkansas will be next.
Even Indiana here has got a bill in the state house. It's in committee right now, whether it comes out this year or not. But you got to keep plugging away. We got sort of like semi-open carry. You got to have a permit to open carry, but constitutional, we're working on it here in Indiana too. So there is a lot of positive, but unfortunately the negative outweighs the positive, or the way it's portrayed on social media and TV and everything else.
Well, Michigan's a wonderful state, except for all the people here.
Oh yeah, Michigan City and their buyback program.
No, that's Indiana. That's Indiana.
No,
That's all you. Michigan City.
It was on social media.
Yes,
pictures.
Michigan. Excuse me. Michigan City is in Indiana. It's not in Michigan. That's
Sure?
That's right next to Gas City.
That's right. It is my mistake. I apologize. You were right.
No problem. I mean,
That's
believe me, if there's something wrong with Michigan, I'll tell you. 90% of it is unions, but
Yeah,
I'm not
you're
going to
right.
say that.
That was my fault.
I just
You're
did,
right.
didn't I?
Yeah,
so,
but you're right. I mean, I can't believe people doing that. You know what I'm saying? I really can't.
My town is 98.999% Democrat.
Yeah.
You know, it's a union city. It always has been, always will. It's just been bred into them. I mean, it's, you know, you get your bottle and you get your Democrat card, but all the gun shops, they're loaded all the time. It doesn't matter what time of the day, as long as they're open, their parking lots are full. You know, but they vote Democrat just because that's what they've been forced or coerced to do. I mean, they do it without thinking, I think now, most of them, but I mean, there are holdouts. I know several that don't vote that way, but you know, they get their little magazine, and on the back it tells you exactly who they want you to vote for. You know, because it's in your best interest. Which, whatever. You know, they can. Anybody visit Flint, you can tell me what's in your best interest, and the Democrats and how they played with this. But
your best interest in Flint is to drink the water.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. I mean, I posed this question on the daytime show. You know, the Democrat, if he's a gun owner, my question is, right? Or even if you're a liberal, right? And you like a lot of stuff that the Democrats or your liberal party is saying. You love it. You're great. You're 100% behind them. Then their last little item, you believe, say there's 10 points they put up, and you're backing all nine of them 100%. But there's their last bullet point is totally against guns, want them banned.
You know what the problem is with that?
No, hang on.
Okay.
Then the Republicans, 10 points, 9 of them are against everything you believe in, but it says we're going to protect your 2A rights. Which way do you vote?
Well, I would just say that most of them don't pay attention to any of those things. All it says is this is the guy to vote for, and that's what they vote for. I would say a good majority of the people that hang out at those shops, they don't know anything about it. And they don't know, you know, they might see something about, background checks. Well, hey, those are good. You know, we don't want bad guys having guns. Totally oblivious to anything that's going on. And I know that because I spoke with 2 of them in the past week that said, well, what do you mean? Background checks should be good. You don't want bad guys having them, you know, and you want to jump over the table and choke them out, but, you know, you can't because, well, that's bad.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I mean, even Vanessa said it. We're making a big deal about. It is a big deal. Let me rephrase that. It is a big deal right now because I think the media is pushing it. The red flag laws, but some of them have been around. I mean, like Indiana's had one here since 2003, but it didn't hit big national news, and nobody else was making a big fuss about it.
Because I think there's a lot of people out there that think that's a bonus. They don't have any issue with it, and they think it's great.
You know,
just because of the way it's spun, I think.
Yes, yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not against taking away. Stopping somebody from having guns who's mentally disturbed or he's threatened to shoot somebody. But I still believe, you know, before they take him, he should have his day in court. You know?
That thing in California, I don't know if anyone saw it, but apparently, if you're watch list and if you live in California, you still can't get a gun legally because it's still showing up in the California state system that you've been mentally incompetent.
I lost you.
No, I'm sorry, Rick.
You died on me there. I didn't hear what you finished. I didn't hear what you said.
California, they're trying to sue the state because if you're on the mental health, but you've been cleared in the state system, you still can't get a gun because you're showing up as mentally incompetent.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I was reading something else too. And you don't hear mainstream media saying it. Illinois, the Democrat governor, right? He cut to get back to because he's anti-gun. He cut the department that does the background checks. He cut their funding by 50% to slow down the gun people, making them wait, right? But because they were getting so far behind, the state police are cutting corners on doing what they're doing. And that's how that guy got that gun, who in that shootout where he killed 5 people, and they said he should have never had it in the first place because he had a felony somewhere else. But you don't hear them blasting the Democrats for doing that, do you? So that's all I wanted to say. What did you hear that, Tony?
Yeah, that would have been the Republican governor. Pritzker ain't been in office that long.
No, that was a Democrat governor.
Not to let that dude up in Rochelle or Rockport or wherever the hell it was get a gun, because he got it some time ago.
I mean, it might have been. I mean, it could have been. I can't remember his name now, but it was a Democrat governor. It could have been the one before last. But back then, that they cut the funding, and that's why it's so slow to get a gun there in Illinois. Because they ain't got the manpower, and they refuse to give more money to get the people in there to do it.
What's like? I saw one. What state it was? I want to say Kansas, but the police chief told his officers don't enforce any of the laws that are coming out, and the governor turned right around and told the chief to enforce this.
Yeah.
We've got 63 counties in this state say they ain't going to enforce any of these anti-gun laws are against our Constitution.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Vanessa Kitty goes, Connecticut cut the hours of people manning the phone lines at the state police for gun background checks and purchase clearance. You know what I'm saying? They're making it harder and harder on the law-abiding citizen who wants to buy a gun.
Mm-hmm. It's the same way here in New York. When you go to, you have 72 hours to go and get it registered at police headquarters. And they don't care if you buy it on a Thursday and you have work on a Friday. If your ass is not there first thing Monday morning, by 3 p.m., they're coming and they're looking for you. You have the paperwork to get the gun. And the kicker is the office that does the gun registration inspection is only open 3 days a week for 3 hours.
Yeah. So.
You notice they never cut the funding to the enforcement side.
Oh, no, they don't.
Just the part where you have to do your part.
Oh, yeah, they make it as difficult for us to do our part, but they've got plenty of people to come and to come and get you. You know, but I don't know. It's a tough one. It goes. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention real quick. Oh, I forgot. Now, for everybody, my last week's quiz. Let's try to cheer this place up and have some good news here, right? Last week's quiz for all those patches and stickers, my little swag pack I was doing, and it was a 2-part question, right? And I'm trying to remember what it was about now. Oh yes, Billy Dixon's infamous shot. I wanted to know what Sharp's rifle he used, what caliber, and also I wanted to know what the outcome of the Battle of Buffalo Wallow. Well, the answer was he used his, according to his autobiography, he used his, he said, I lost my big 50. So I grabbed the friends, which was with the 50-90 Sharps, and fired. The warrior toppled from his horse. That's the rifle, was the right, and the outcome of the Battle of Buffalo Wallow. He's one of only 8 civilians to win a Medal of Honor. That was the answer. And guess what, you guys? We only had one entry for that. I got one entry only, and he got it right. And so he wins the pack. So I don't even have to use my random picker.
Well, congratulations, David.
And the winner is Patriot in the Dark.
Woohoo! Oh, sorry. I was excited because I didn't know if I actually did it or not.
And he emailed it in a few days after. So, he must have researched it like I asked everybody else to do. They didn't do it.
Right. It's rigged. It's rigged.
And then while we're on a good point here, so Patriot won all that stuff then. And this week's quiz, mailing quiz, I got Smith & Wesson patch. I've got this Franklin Army patch, and I got my sticker, my trading card, and a bunch of other stickers here for this week. And this week's real easy. I've given you a couple of difficult ones the last couple of weeks, so I'm giving you a real easy one this week. And this is mail in to Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottyrick@gmail.com. And the question is, hang on, let me bring up.
What is Wheelchair Warrior's favorite gun?
No. In the TV show Bonanza, Hoss Cartwright. What is his real name in the show? Not his real name in life. They call him Hoss Cartwright, but that wasn't actually his real name. I want to know what his real name was in the actual show. It ain't that hard to find. So mail the answer to Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I spent hours researching these questions. You realize that?
I ran across that just here in the past probably 6 months.
So basically, I want to know what his real character name was. They all called him. They all called him that on the show, but that wasn't his real character name. He actually had a real first name. Is basically what I'm saying, and I want to know what it was. So. Email it to me at rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. So now we're on a happier note, and Patriot is the big winner. I've got your mailing address here somewhere, Patriot, so we're good. So I'll get them out to you. And so when we're, so you got to, where was I saying? Oh, yeah, so we got that. That's that. On another now, the bad news on my 200 sub giveaway, I read just the day before, the day after I done my Wednesday night show. YouTube was purging all their channels, getting rid of the dead ones or the false ones or whatever, because I had 190. I think I had 195 or 197 subs before Wednesday night show started. At the end of Wednesday night show, I had 205. As of Thursday morning, I was down to 197. So I done some research, and they said when you get new subscribers now, a lot of times they won't be added officially for at least 48 hours while they're checked out. Well, it's now Saturday morning, and I'm still at 197. So I haven't hit the 200 mark yet.
I would blame the gun snob. Just
yeah. So that's all I'm saying. So I need 3 more subs, guys, and I can do the drawing.
People probably just clicked on the thing by mistake.
Oh.
It's real easy to inadvertently subscribe to somebody you don't want no part of.
Yeah. So there we go.
I think that's how I got all my subs.
I'm still looking for subs, so if anybody wants to donate.
Yeah. So also, while I'm on a good thing here, if anybody's got any questions, they can email me. If we can talk, not questions, topics they want to discuss. Email me, and I'll add them to my list here. And if you email me something, you'll be the first on the list because I don't have anything yet. Also, if you got any topics for Wednesday's night show, Shooting with Disabilities, send them to me too at the usual emails. So I would appreciate that. All right, now let's get back to the show here. Oh, look, somebody's emailed me on my question already, and they got it right, by the way. Oh, there we go. It's a start. So,
Tony don't count, though.
No. So, all right. Is there anybody here got a topic they want to bring up?
No, but I'm bailing out of here, guys. I got to go.
Okay.
Thanks. See you, Tony.
See you, Tony.
Tony.
Take care, Tony.
Now, is it today that fancy Texas Independence Day, the 2nd of March? Or was it the 1st? I wasn't too clear on that. From independence from Mexico.
I don't know. I'm not a Texan.
Oh, jeez! All these New Englanders.
I forgot to mention this about 45 minutes ago. Midnight Rain said he would actually publicly say he trusted President Trump if Patriot in the Dark would shoot an apple off his head at 20 yards.
I don't know if that's really worth it.
So I think we should take him up on that.
Why would you want to mess up such a perfectly good apple?
Yeah.
So Patriot's going to shoot. Patriot's going to shoot the apple off of Midnight's head.
Yes, at 20 yards. Then Midnight will say that he trusts President Trump 100%.
I trust Patriot 100%, and I will sing that lie.
Yep,
I'll buy a bushel of apples for that one.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew Faulkner
might take that.
I guess that's your answer to your question. Andrew said it's March the 2nd, Patriot.
Okay, it is today then. Okay. Oh, and tell Andrew I watched your video. Good job. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Oh, Midnight saying that's not exactly quite what he said. It's close enough. He told me I needed new glasses. It's close enough to what you said.
We just amended it.
I just put my spin on it. Okay. So, Patrick said today is Texas Independence Day.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I was reading. I'm glad I was reading an article on that. Not on that so much, but on the Alamo, because I was going to do a question about that. There was more. When you think about it, they said everybody, what was it that it was everybody? But there was people who survived the attack on the Alamo. There are more people than I thought. Let's put it that way. There's a whole list of them that I found, but I ain't not going to go into it today. But I just happened to notice that. I find that kind of history interesting.
So you figure that, because how else would we know what they did?
True.
Right? Because if you get rid of everybody, then there's none of that side.
Yeah. And of course, a few of them they class as survivors of the Alamo were. A couple of them were the couriers that they sent out kept asking for help. Over the 12 days, they sent out 4 or 5 people to go to, to Houston to say, we need reinforcements. Well, they're counted as survivors too, even though they weren't there at the end when the big, when they got overrun. So anyway, anybody? Okay, that was just my little one piece on history. What little I know. Does anybody else got a topic or something they want to mention or anything?
Tomorrow's 308 day.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, what's called? I do want to mention here in a few minutes because I might end this one short today for a simple reason. Oh, come on, G-Webs has got a thing coming up. Is it 4 or 5 o'clock?
How is it 308 day tomorrow?
March is 3. Tomorrow is the 8th, isn't it? No, tomorrow's
is the 3rd.
This month, my bad.
Okay.
This month is 308 month.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's that English 303.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have been watching my videos, apparently you see I can't get a date straight for anything.
Oh, did you do your drawing last night?
Oh.
Well, once again, I messed the date up again. The drawing is tonight on Obnoxious's show, Orange You Glad You're Not the Closer. And since I've been messing up so much, I'm going to throw in a bonus drawing of some 223 ammo. So everybody who is already entered into the GunTube video contest is the only ones that can enter for the grand prize of the sports shooters ammunition. And then anybody that's actually in the chat or on the panel can win the 223.
Okay. Everybody got that. But what I was going to say is, at 4 p.m. Eastern today, G-Webs is holding this Every Second Matters chat, which is normally very interesting, because some of the stuff he comes up with. So that's why I was going to end this one short today anyway. So we can keep on going if you guys want, but I just happened to, that was what I was thinking, but maybe a lot of people are going to bail to go over there anyway, So,
let me see.
What?
Hey, David, can you check your? I'll send it to you. No, I was going to send it to Rick. Maybe to David. Can you check your email, David, or are you just indisposed?
I'm on my phone right now, so if I check my email, then I won't be able to get out of the Hangout.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But as soon as the show's over, I'll check it.
Yeah, I didn't do my homework. I was going to do, my little surprise, super duper surprise, secret trivia question, but I didn't do my homework.
Okay. All right.
So.
Oh, well, we have to wait next time. So.
You'll have to check in on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. And hopefully I'll have, and if I have 200 subs by then, I'll do the drawing live on Wednesday's show.
Well, that's something that any of the people who make videos or post things on Instagram or Facebook that are out in the chat right now can do is promote your giveaway.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. They can.
I know Black Cat Outdoors did a video the other day.
Yes, he did. I thanked him for it when I saw him. Yeah, what I'm saying is I need 3 more subs, but if you want to be entered in the giveaway, write a comment below the video that says 200 giveaway update. I have an update too, but no, on the original one it says update on it. Write in the comments there, and you're in for the drawing. I think last time I checked, there was 36 or 37 comments. So you all have a chance of winning. So, anyway, while we're here, and we'll go through the panel to wind it up, I guess, is any shout-outs or plugs or anything? We'll start with Blind Shooter.
Not really. The only plug I'm going to give today is I'm doing my own giveaway. So if anybody wants to, try and promote the Blind Shooter instead of the Blind Shooter being Patriot, I'll gladly take some new friends.
Okay, that
Sounds
works.
like a plan.
Yeah. All right, David. Any plugs or promotions besides your?
Yeah, make sure everybody likes, shares, and subscribes to Rick's Life as I See It. Tune in Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern to Shooting with Disabilities. And if you have the means to do so, somehow promote Rick's 200 sub giveaway. Thanks for having me, Rick. Always a good time.
All right. Midnight Range says somebody I know is getting close to 500 subs and may do a giveaway. Well,
I thought Obnoxious was over 500.
You know, I think he's talking about himself, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it's only a May. It's not a definite. You know, I mean, come on. Have some balls and say, I am giving a giveaway. You know?
Well, he can't do it. Shoots the apple.
Yeah. Anyway, Patriot, any plugs or...
Yeah, if you guys got the time, go over and check out G-Webs. He's got a show starting up, and it's just random people probably jumping in about the second. And if you go over to gunchannels.com, free to join, you can jump in on the panel, which is pretty nice. Get some good input. But yeah, I have the EDC challenge is still going. So if anybody wants to do a little video, you can join the ranks of those famous people like Mr. Rick. He did a EDC challenge, and I put it in the pile. So yeah, just have a good day. And if you haven't yet and haven't talked to anybody outside your house, you know, order pizza, talk to the pizza guy, you know, the delivery guy, who cares? You know, do a prank call and ask them if their gun range is open. And if they don't know what that is, you know, just start a conversation.
That works. All right, Wheelchair. Any plugs or anything you want to say?
Of course, like and subscribe to everybody on the panel, especially Rick's Life as I See It. Like and subscribe to each other out there in the chat.
All right.
The more we like and subscribe to each other, the better.
Yeah. And also, just to say, if you like what you saw and heard here, give me a thumbs up, because YouTube likes those. That all counts for interaction. It all counts with the, what's the word they use for it? Analytics.
Scooby snacks.
You know, and all that kind of good stuff. So give me a thumbs up and appreciate everybody. Hey, you know this didn't turn into a food chat today. You notice that?
Well, we did not in here.
We did talk about apples, and
that's the closest we got.
I was thinking about those coconut chocolate bars. I was thinking about them.
Oh yeah,
but I didn't mention them though.
Yeah, I'm making myself. I'm actually having a salad. Believe it or not, the only reason I'm having a salad is my cousin next door brought it over to me. Brought a big bowl of salad already mixed up for me. She said I made it, decided I didn't want it, so I brought it over to you. So maybe she's trying to tell me something, that I'm fat and I need to lose weight. You know, that's what I'm thinking anyway. But I'm going to take it.
Maybe she's trying to tell you she's looking for a boyfriend.
No, well, yeah, being a cousin, they could be here. You know, they could be here. You know, it's.
I'm sorry. I thought you just said. I thought you just said it was your neighbor. I didn't know it was your family.
Oh yeah, it's my cousin. Hey, I wouldn't put it past some of the family. We got some country people here, really, in this family.
Well, see, now all you have to do is just cut up some steak. You know, cook up some steak and throw in that salad.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess up a good steak with salad, though.
No, you're right. You're right.
Do chicken if you're going to do salad. Don't ruin good steak.
Yeah, you're right there.
The cat might enjoy the salad.
Yeah. Actually, I like salad, believe it or not. I don't mind it. You know, and as I said, I don't mind eating cheese, but I don't like it on my burgers that much. You know, and I don't like American cheese because that's eating plastic. It's only 2 molecules short of plastic anyway.
And there we go.
That's
our food chat.
Yeah, we're back on the food chat. But, you know, And you know whose fault it is? Midnight Range's fault because he's, you know, he just brings it out on me.
Since this is now a food chat, don't forget to go out and check out Patriot TM's applesauce. Coming soon.
Yeah.
That could work.
Now, Midnight Range says, ask Kingpin about those bars. What's he on about?
I tell you what, those bars are amazing. And if you go watch the video that I did, I left the link to Midnight's video where you could just go look on Midnight's channel. They're super simple to make, and it is fantastic.
Oh, okay. Oh, Patrick says put Spam in my salad. Actually, I got some Spam. I normally fry it, but I could eat that. You know,
definitely
I like Spam actually.
I think Midnight's giveaway. That's what he's giving away is boxes of the coconut chocolate bars. I just heard that. It's just a rumor, but
if that's true, enter the contest, everybody. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
I'll do coconut.
All right. I want to say thank you for everybody who showed up. Grim90, 2 Live Moo, Patrick, Midnight Range, Jason, Vanessa, who else? Andrew, did I say him already? And a few others. I think at one time I had nearly 20 people in here, so, you know, that's not bad. But people are dropping out now because I know they're going over to see G-Webs. So I will call it quits for now. I want to say thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget my quiz. You have to Saturday midnight to get it in to me. And I will re-say it again on Wednesday night to give you guys a chance in case you forgot it, in case it was so difficult. You know, I might give you another little hint. But anyway, I will see you all on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So have a good one. Thanks.
Every second matters.